Good evening from Ireland, and good morning if you're in the other side of the world. My name is Judith Millar, and I'm joining you tonight, as always, with Spirit. So, before I take any calls, I just wanted to say a lot of people ask me, is it true we can heal ourselves? Is it true that we create our own karma? Is it true that we attract the wrong energy? And there's a lot of answers to that. But the one thing I would want to say that I would really love to share with everyone tonight is everything we do in life is through intention. If we work with our intention that we're going to look after ourselves, we're going to focus on our health and our body, and we believe we have the power to program our mind and go beyond that to heal, yes, we can. Absolutely, we can. I'm not a doctor, but I always keep your medicines with you. But I always have to say to you, we have the power to do anything we wish. When we say like attracts like, if we really are manifesting something and we're really wanting something to work, but all we can focus on is what we don't want to work, that's what we're going to get. That's what's going to come to us. Again, intention. It's through intention. You know, I always say to people, our mind is like it's an amazing tool. It's like this built-in computer that we have, and we are in control of the programming of that. So never be afraid to think positive, to think, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to do this. Because when you are confident and you trust that you've asked for that, you can do that. None of us was ever brought onto the earth to live a life of lack. We just weren't. It is ourselves and our mindset, also with the circumstances around us that can affect us. But as we become older and we become adults ourselves, we have the ability to change that cycle. We have the ability to create the path that we want in front of us. And I'm not going to say it's easy. We have to put the action to it. And yes, it can be hard, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I work with a team of 4 spiritual surgeons, and I was very humbled. I was blown away when I first connected with them, and they were able to help people and do healing in ways that the human mind tells us we can't, when we can. So the main thing of life is intention. Our intention as to whether we want to live a life of lack, a life of fear, because we are energy. And I always say energy, fear isn't energy. We are energy. So when we focus on fear, we are in fact building that energy of fear. Whereas when we push past the fear and trust that we are protected and trust that we are guided, we are. And that fear, give it love, and that fear goes away. Trust, it does work, and know that you have a spirit team around you at all times. So never be afraid to link into them. So let me see. Angela, we've got Angela in Houston, Texas. How are you, Angela?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, Angela, it's lovely to meet you. I'm connecting with you this evening all the way from Ireland. And unfortunately, we don't have the beautiful weather that you will be having. But let me connect to the spirit world for you and see who's here.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Okay. So I want to talk about a gentleman. There's a gentleman coming forward. And he talks about a father. He's first of all, he's explaining to me father figure. Okay. So I'm only purely passing exactly what he's telling me as he comes closer. He talks about left arm. Left
arm?
Yes.
Okay.
As he's coming forward, go ahead, please. What else would you like me to pass to Angela? Please, can I ask, sir, how you passed, or tell me, or let me feel how you passed, please. Okay, so Angela, I want to connect you with a gentleman in spirit, and he talks about an aneurysm.
About what?
An aneurysm.
Aneurysm? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
An aneurysm in his head. An aneurysm. He's saying to me, yeah. And I want to put this to mum's side of the family tree. Okay, over to mum's side of the family.
Okay.
The gentleman is making me aware he's connected to mum's side. Okay. So I want to say he's just said to me he goes back 3 generations. Okay. He goes back 3 generations. So that would be a great grandfather kind of generation for you then. Because it'll be you, your parents, and then, yeah. So he goes back 3 generations, okay? And he is on mum's side of the family. So anytime we get connections or we get messages from spirit, if we aren't sure, please don't dismiss, because usually it will become apparent as we go, or family and loved ones can usually help us fill in those missing spaces. So he is making me aware, hence his mum's side. Okay. Please. What do you mean? So I also want to say set traps. He's talking about set traps. Okay.
Trap.
Yeah, I'm seeing I'm seeing out in like woods. So I feel he
Like what?
woods, like forest. Sorry, it's my accent. So he's showing me like a forest, like all the different trees, and I feel he would have set traps. You know, like if he was like game, if he was going for game, or but I also see him with like a rifle thing over, like a gun rifle over his arm, and he's walking through woods, but he's showing me like he's setting like traps in the ground. Go ahead, please. What else would you like to show me? He's trying to give him information of his life and information around him at the moment, Angela. Okay, please. What about skills, please? Okay. So, and what else? He's talking about skills out. He's changing the conversation now, and he's talking about skills out. And I feel I want to talk about like a high school prom. He's saying high school prom, and he's talking about a yearbook. Okay, high school prom. And is this for Angela, please, or is this for yourself, please? Because it's very important I can place this. Angela?
None of that resonates with me at all.
Okay. So please be open-minded, Angela, because although I'm talking to you, these messages could be for somebody within your family circle. Okay. Or they could be within your partner's family circle, but I feel it's mum's family circle. It's very much mum's family. He's correcting me as I said that. So although I'm chatting to you, at the moment the message is coming forward, he's making me aware of what he's wanting to bring forward, and he's talking about memories, okay? And I feel that some of the memories is connected to mum, okay? And
Okay.
I want to say this gentleman is an uncle. I want to say an uncle to your mum. He's just confirmed he's an uncle to your mum. Okay. So the information that he's passing, whenever you talk to within family, they'll be able to understand the messages and the validations that he's been giving. Okay. So please can I ask you what's your message for Angela, please? It's very important that I can connect in for Angela. Okay. Angela, he talks about changes coming for you, and I want to say next month. There's changes coming for you next month, October. Okay. I'm asking him what his message is because I know he's coming forward and he's gave validations, and I understand at the moment you're not aware of the validations, but I'm quite confident when you ask within your family circle on mum's side, they'll be able to validate to connect you in with the uncle. Okay, so your uncle is saying to me, you have changes coming up in October. He's also talking about
Yes. Yes. I'm
what was
sorry.
are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So did you hear your uncle is saying, your great uncle, it's not your uncle, it's your great uncle. He's telling me that you have, Angela, you have changes coming up in October. Okay.
Does he know,
Go ahead.
does he know to what extent? Like, what kind of changes?
Well, I'll ask him for you. Please can. Okay. Okay, so as soon as you ask that, he's talking to me, and he's talking. First of all, he wanted to acknowledge a birthday, also, but he's telling me relationship. Okay, and I want to say relationship within family has been kind of strained. And there's better times to come, and I feel that there's closure coming. And I feel I want to talk about a sister, and I want to say that the changes coming is connected within your family circle, you connections with you and your family. Okay, he's acknowledging the birthday also, and he's also acknowledging December, the month of December. He's telling me you're to trust what you already know. You trust what you already know, not what you're told. Do you understand, Angela? Trust what you know, not what you're told. Go ahead, please. We have to finish up. But what else would you like me to pass? Okay, so there's news coming to you, but I feel it's going to be passed down the grapevine. And by the time you get the news, it's going to be like, like Chinese whispers. Starts with this conversation, then it's passed down and passed down and passed down. So that's why he's saying, trust what you know, not what you hear. And I feel you're going to hear news that you might be upsetting, as in somebody maybe have said something or done something. Think first, because that's not necessarily what was said, and it's important you trust what you know, not what you hear. Okay, there's good news coming for you, Angela, so I'm going to leave it with you for that. And there is good news, and yeah, ask within your family, and you will find out from connections with mum and the uncle. Okay,
Okay. Thank you.
you're very welcome. Thank you. Okay, so we've got Connie. Let me see. Connie from California, San Diego. How are you, Connie?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's lovely to connect with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Connie, will we make a start and see who's here in the spirit world for you? Okay. Connie, do you understand I want to talk about mum?
Mm-hmm.
I'm being told mum.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead, please. I feel mum is in spirit, Connie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's mum that's come forward for you. Okay.
Yes.
Please, can I ask what you would like me to pass to Connie for? Connie, you're a very upbeat person, very energetic, like high vibrational person, but behind closed doors, there's sadness. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mum's saying that she's aware of that. She's aware of the sadness. Um, you feel you don't want to burden people, so it's kind of you go put yourself on automatic pilot. But Mum's saying you have to think of you. Mum's saying stop and think of you. It's okay. You listen to everybody else's problems. You don't share yours. Not fully.
Yes.
You carry them a lot within, and it's okay to talk about how you feel. That's very important. So it's very important. Mum's talking about news. What do you mean on the news? I want to say something about on the news. You like the on the news on the TV, please? Yes. She's just said there's something going to come up onto the news that's very relevant to you. How's that relevant to Connie, please? Can I ask how's that relevant to Connie? Okay, Connie, I feel that you have went through I can only tell you what Mum's telling me, Connie, okay? Mum's very much saying pay attention to the news. There's something going to come onto the news. And I feel it's going to connect you with a memory of within your memories, within your past, something you have been through. And I feel, how can I say that on the radio? Do you understand, Connie? Mum's talking about, let me see, physical. Mum's talking about physical. Do you understand, Connie? I feel that there's been physical altercations somewhere.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what I'm writing it down. So that if you want to message me afterwards, I'll tell you the exact words, but I'm trying to watch my wording because I am on the radio, and I want to be careful. So it's very important that Mum is acknowledging that there's a situation or there's someone within where you are that's going to be coming up onto the news soon. Their story is going to be very, very like what you have been through, Connie. And there's lessons in that. She's saying watch, pay attention, because it's going to help you move from what's taken place. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Heavenly or earthly, please. Who, Connie, or you? I also want to say I feel Mum has a sister in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And she's making me aware that she is there too. Okay. I'm also being told about cancerous condition. I'm also being told about the month of June is relevant. And I also want to bring in the month of April. And I feel she's just said to me, hi, now, brown cow. So I feel either Mum would have said to you, or grandmother would have said to Mum about pronouncing her words, not lazy speech, but pronouncing her words. Do you understand?
Okay. Not really.
No. Ask within your family. The whole thing sometimes with spirit is what they bring forward is always relevant. It's always there. And it is connections to like your loved ones. It's just we might not be able to place that at the time.
Yes.
And it's not that what they bring forward is wrong. It's just we are hoping to hear something else, or we just don't remember what they're bringing forward at this stage. But usually, if you ask within your family connections, or give time, it usually comes apparent. Okay, but Mum's message is very much about the news. It's to do with the news, and it's to do with uh, a domestic. It's to do with domestic case, I want to say. But it's important, she says, to watch out for that. You have a beautiful energy, Connie, and you have a very big heart, but a lot of people take advantage of that. And I have to say, you'd be quite soft. Soft, but in a lovely way, not in a bad way, in a lovely way. So what else, Mum, would you like me to pass to Connie? Okay. So Connie, also I want to talk about our confidence. I feel some of your confidence has been knocked. I feel other people have knocked. I want to say other people have knocked your confidence, Connie.
Yes.
So they have, and other people have made you forget your worth.
Sometimes I do that.
Yeah. And Mum wants you to know it's important. You know your worth. You know you're important, and you know you're loved, and how you feel and the things that you want to do. That's okay. We can't please other people all the time, but I feel Mum's coming in as like a big cheerleader here, very much as a cheerleader. And she's rooting for you, and she's saying to you, she's saying you're special, and she loves you very much. Mum talks about Mum had rules when you were growing up. She talks about the rules, and she could be strict. And I also feel grandmother was strict with Mum. So do you understand, Mum was learning as she went. She was learning from what she had grew up in herself to how she felt she could change things. And I don't feel that she always had the control. Does that make sense, Connie?
Yes, it does.
I don't feel Mum always had the control. And I feel where Mum's concerned, there was somebody around her that would have drunk out of, I'm saying like a tin of beer. So I feel rather than pouring into a glass, I feel that there was somebody would have drank from the tins of beer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I feel, do you understand, Mum's trying to say history repeats and cycles repeat unless we break them cycles.
Yes.
And I feel what Mum's trying to do is Mum's trying to show me the areas in her life that she struggled with, and areas that affected her greatly. That she doesn't want those areas. She wants you to see the lessons. She wants you to know that you can break different, the cycles. We don't always, like, I know with my first child, I was learning as a parent. I was learning as to be a parent as our child was growing up, and it's hard, and it's not, there's no book on it. But I feel Mum's trying to explain that it was hard for her. It was hard for her. She doesn't want to see you struggle. She doesn't want to see you struggle. Go ahead, please. Do you understand? She's talking. Okay. So I never need to understand the messages because they're not my messages. Can I ask you? She's talking about the trash can. She's calling it trash can, but I'm saying like a bin. So I think that's how you use the term, and maybe in America you use the trash can or the bins. But I feel something was thrown out that was sentimental.
Mhm.
She's making me aware that something was thrown out that was sentimental. She also talks about photographs. Oh, okay. So I'm a physical medium, Connie, and when I do my readings or I do my lives, I will always try and help loved ones physically interact with their loved ones by moving objects, holding hands. You know, it's each person who experiences the physical. I don't have time on the show, but I do want to make you aware that this can be real, and you just have to trust. So we can work, our loved ones in spirit world can work with us with, to do a port, and transmuting and manifesting and all sorts. And whenever I have loved ones who have asked about a photograph, she's making me aware, she's telling me about photographs that you have. So I can't be here to do this with you, but I ask you to trust me. She's telling you to look in the photograph, and she's wearing like a white top. There's a photograph of Mum wearing a white top. Hold the photograph in your hand and ask Mum to come forward and trust, and she's going to change her expression on her face in the photograph, okay? 800% can be done, and 100% happens, but you have to believe, to trust. But I'm going to run out of time I'm not going to be able to do the photograph for you, but please know that Mum is a tower, trying to be a tower of strength to you. She's sending so much love, and she wants to physically show you she is there. So look for the photograph with Mum wearing the white top. She's short, kind of darkish, or she's dark hair, and she's quite fine. She's quite well, she's a lovely figure in this photograph she's showing me. I think you must have the photograph, or somebody does. Put it in your hand, talk to Mum, and watch Mum's expression on her face.